everyone, especially to our instructor, Mrs. Myla Melyundaga. Hello ma'am, I hope you're doing great. And by the way, I'm Agnes Ariate. I'm from BSED 2A English. And for today's video, I will discuss to you about comparison and contrast. So I hope you will gain a lot of knowledge and you will differentiate what is comparison and contrast after this discussion. So let's start. Okay, so comparing concept things, persons, and places with each other means pointing out their similarities and contrasting their differences. So when we compare things, persons, and places, we're pointing out their similarities. While we contrast things, persons, and places, we're pointing out their differences. So comparison and contrast is one of the most useful and common methods of organizing ideas or information for in your everyday life as a technical writer. So we often compare and contrast items like cars, appliances, jobs, restaurants, machines, devices, gadgets, and so on. So as a technical writing technique, comparison, contrast are dominantly used in following technical reports. So this is according to Yorda in 2005. So first, we have two recommendation reports that compare contrast people based on their credentials and or qualifications. Next, we have feasibility reports that compare contrast two or more options. Third, proposal reports that compare contrast two or more suggestions or offers for a company's growth or solution to its current problem. Then fourth, we have progress reports that compare and contrast accomplishment of workers in a certain project. So when we compare and contrast, we have two ways. First, we have alternating pattern or point-by-point manner. And second, we have opposing pattern or block organization. So in alternating pattern, similarities and differences are given and every aspect or features possessed by the items being compared and contrasted. So while in opposing pattern, a summary of all information about one item is given in the first paragraph and of the other item in the second paragraph. So whichever method of comparison and contrast you take, your listing of information indicating parallelism and contradictions about what are being compared and contrasted will help you a lot in giving accurate information about your topic. So however, listing information will be effective only if you have the good knowledge about the subject of the comparison and contrast. So to produce a good paragraph using comparison contrast writing technique, we have to refresh our memory the following discourse markers that show similarities and differences between items. So we have here example words and comparing things and contrasting things. In the first column, they compare the words in comparing things, and the second column is the words in contrasting things. So in similarly, it is conversely, similar to, different from, the same as, not the same, parallel to, opposite of, for, against, alike, then, dissimilar, both, but, the same, in contrast to, analogous to, contrary to, like to, unlike. So that is all about comparison and contrast. So let's remember that when we compare, we're pointing out similarities, and when we contrast, we're pointing out differences. Then we have two ways in comparing and contrasting. It is the alternating pattern and opposing pattern. So that's all. I hope you gain learnings in my discussion. My partner, Miss Luga, will continue our discussion about comparison. Again, this is Agnes Ariate, and see you on next discussion.